Hey everyone, this is Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club, and I am making a layout with the February kits today. So this is the first project I've made with these kits, and I really love all the colours. So I had the main kit, the Pocket Life kit, the embellishment kit. I had the colour kit too, but I haven't used that today. And I had the cardstock kit too, which is what I've been using. I have also been inspired by the mood board. So we have a February, no we don't, we have a March mood board. And even though I'm using the February kits, we're in March now. So yeah, using the March mood board, which is full of lovely bright colours. There's a geometric image on there. There's also the big strip down the middle of pom-poms and tassels, and that's the main image that I've been inspired by today. So I've taken the circle shape from the pom-poms, and I'm using my circle punches and scalloped circle punches to cut a whole load of coloured circles and scalloped circles that I'm going to layer on top of each other to make this layout. I also have used the geometric pattern paper from Paige Evans Bloom Street, and I've cut a whole load of circles from there too. So you can see that I've been punching away, and I've got lots and lots and lots of circles and scallop circles there that I can layer on top of each other. So I'm just spending some time punching them all out and then layering them on top of each other. I've also had a flower punch with 3 flowers on, so I've punched a few of those as well. So now you can see that I've layered a lot of them already. I haven't done all of them. So basically I've stuck the largest circle onto the largest scallop circle, and then I've stuck the smaller ones all together as well, and now I'm layering them on top of each other. So I'm layering the smaller discs that I've already made on top of the larger discs. I'm not doing this again, I'm not doing this for all of them. I'm going to have a variety of shapes and sizes. I wanted to have some dimension, so currently they're all stuck flat, but the small discs that I'm sticking on top of the big discs I have raised on foam pads, so that I have got a little bit of dimension going on there as well. So I have these 2 photos of a squirrel, so a giant character that we met at a farm that we went to recently, squirrel Nutkin from Beatrix Potter, I'm just trying to work out how to arrange all of these discs onto my layout. So I was inspired mostly by the middle tassels photo on the mood board. So I was aiming to have these discs all cascading down like the pom-poms and the tassels, like in the image. However, I got to this point I didn't like it. So then I turned it around because I do love a circle layout that's across the horizontal element across the page, but I didn't really like that either. So I fiddled around for a while trying to work out how I'm going to do everything. In the end, I absolutely covered the entire layout in circles, so I kind of spread them all out. These colours really remind me of spring and Easter, even though these are not Easter photos, this would definitely work for anything Easter. The colours in the cardstock kit this month are beautiful, really lovely. Okay, so you can see I got fed up with that design, and I'm trying again with the vertical one, and at this point I'm like, oh goodness, what am I going to do? I've got all these lovely things that I've cut out, and I can't work out what to do with them. So I'm aiming for like a grid design. Honestly, I'll get there in a minute, I promise. So now I'm happy with how things are looking. So I was aiming for a grid design. Some of them are arranged in lines, but actually then I move them around and have them looking more random. In the end, I pretty much stick with this design, but I just move a few around a little bit more to make them less linear. So that line across the middle behind the photo needed to change. I've just changed that ever so slightly, just to offset them slightly. Okay, so I am to the point now where all of my discs are stuck in place, and I'm liking the look of the background. Hooray! So now I thought I would make some tassels. So I have taken a strip. It is 1.5 inches wide, I think, by the full 12 inches. And I have just used my regular scissors to fringe that whole strip, and then I cut the strip in half, so I had 2 pieces 6 inches long each. So I fringed them with my normal scissors. If you have fringing scissors, which I do, this would be easier than using regular scissors. My fringing scissors, however, have migrated downstairs into my kitchen, and I now use them to cut up herbs. So they weren't accessible to me at this particular moment, so I just reached for my green scissors and fringed manually. But yeah, it worked just as well. But let's say the fringed scissors probably would have given me a more even fringe and would have taken me less time. So if you have those, give them a go. Otherwise, regular scissors work well too. Okay, so all I did was I rolled those 2 strips as tightly as I could and made them into tassels. So I have one yellow one and one purpley blue one, purpley green one even. And now I'm just wrapping some gold thread around the 2 tassels. So basically I just took one length of thread and tied it in a double knot, and then I wrapped it round many times. I actually put a small amount of double-sided tape on the back of the tassel so that my gold thread would stay in place as well. So I've just wrapped it round many times around the top of the tassel after tying a knot, and then I've finished it off by tying another knot and then just trimming the ends. So this works really well. I do love a paper tassel. I think they're really pretty. The only thing I don't like about them is that they are quite bulky, but I don't mind things like that in my scrapbook layouts. I'm happy with bulky stuff. I know some people worry about the effect they have on opposite pages in their albums. I think life's too short and I just don't care. You know, it is what it is, and if I get a dent in another page from the opposite side on the album, then you know it's fine. I have about 3 million layouts, so I'm good. Okay, so I'm just mounting my photos now onto 2 pocket life cards. So I just love this yellow kind of mustardy colour that appears. I think one of the papers in this month's kit is a Pink Fresh Studio one, actually noteworthy, but it's a yellow mustardy gingham and it's just gorgeous. And I think this project life card or pocket life card has been inspired by that paper. It's actually striped, not gingham. But it's really pretty. I cut the heart out the middle. It says yes, so I've cut that out the middle and still used the outline of the pocket life card to mount my photo. I've just dressed the edges, of course, and then I've just trimmed that heart down a bit further and stuck it on one of the circles. I've mounted the other photo on another pocket life card as well, but in pink, and then that's it. My photos are pretty much ready to go. I'm not going to do anything else with my photos. I'm not going to create a huge embellishment cluster around them because my whole layout is one giant embellishment cluster with lots and lots of these pretty Easter style discs. So I just want to have a small embellishment cluster to the right of the photos, which is where I'm going to put my tassels. So they needed to sit on something. So I've just added a flower from Bloom Street, the floral ephemera, and a puffy sticker, the yellow puffy sticker. Actually, I don't think I've added the Bloom Street flower yet. I think I've just got the yellow puffy from the Pink Fresh Studio noteworthy puffy stickers. So at this point, I figured I needed to sort out my title because I was going to add too many embellishments and have nowhere left to put my title. So I have taken a piece of the Pink Fresh Studio those multi-alphabets. They are awesome, those alphabets, aren't they? So I took a bit of the packaging actually, so because it's got a nice square grid style, subtle square grid on the background. So I've just stuck my letters on there and then I've cut round it so that my title stands out. My layout is so busy, I've got those discs underneath my photos exactly where I want to put my title, so the letters won't show up brilliantly, plus they're multicolored themselves as well, so I needed them to be to stand out a little bit more, so that's why I've put them onto that grid paper and just cut around them. I would ordinarily use a white card, but on this occasion I just loved that background that was from the alphabet stickers packaging, so I've used that. Okay, so I'm sticking that in place with foam pads. And I did distress the edges of that as well slightly too, and I'm also going to add 2 more words. So Nutty is my main word, my main title with the big alphabet stickers, and I'm just adding about Nutkin because the character is squirrel Nutkin. Nutty about Nutkin, he's a squirrel, so the whole Nutty thing works. And I'm just going to use those, again, gorgeous multicoloured alphabets from Pink Fresh Studio. They are going at the bottom there as well. So I've got Nutty about Nutkin. I like these ones. They are the same colours as the multicoloured alphas, but they are, each letter is one colour, as opposed to the bigger alphas are kind of colour blocked. They're both awesome, but I love them both so much. So the about Nutkin works because the colours in the letters are solid and you can see them really well against the white background. So okay, so my title is in place, and I'm now just going to add some final embellishments. I've already added a couple, so I've added the heart over to the left hand side of the layout from the journaling card, and a puffy sticker camera is there as well. So now I'm just going to kind of figure out what else I can add. I don't want to go crazy because I've already got a very, very busy background, and I need to keep things within my discs really. Okay, so I've taken a few gold hearts from the Jen Hadfield thickers, phrase thickers. I've just taken 3 hearts and stuck them on various places around the layout. I'm just adding in, making an embellishment cluster to the right of my photo now, just to make my tassel area a bit bigger. So I've added that Bloom Street floral ephemera flower, and then above that I've added one of the layered stickers, Pink Fresh Studio layered stickers, above it on the disc that says together and has that lovely banner. Again, it has all the colours in. So I'm currently thinking about whether I should add more flowers, and I decide no. I've got enough going on this background. I don't need much more on here as well. So I'm just taking that off, and I'm sticking with small stuff. So I've got a few more puffy stickers are going on here, just a little sun, a little flower jug, and now just going through everything else that I've got to work out if there's anything else that I can add on. So no, I'm pretty much there, but the one thing I do want to add is some Nouveau crystal dots. So I was so excited to see that they're in the main kit rather than in the mixed media kit, so or the colour kit. But I had to write my journaling in first, because if you've ever used Nouveau crystal drops before, you'll know they take a while to dry. So I needed to write my journaling in first. I've just written it in a circle around the large green flower there too. So I have done that, and now I'm doing my Nouveau crystal drops. So I'm adding them. I was going for a vertical line over on the right hand side, in line with my photos and my embellishment cluster to the right of my photo. But I was enjoying it so much, I got carried away, and I've just gone dotty crazy all over the whole layout. So actually it's worked out really well. They fill in the gaps really nicely. The crystal drops have set perfectly. They are perfect little domes. They just look exactly like enamel dots. So really encourage you to have a go at using those. Okay, so that is me done. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club, inspired by the mood board. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price. You get a 15% discount on add-on kits, and you also get access to exclusive cut files. So head on over to the Hip Kit Club website to check that out. Okay, happy scrapping. Bye.